Hello, today I will be listening to Nothing's About to Happen to Me by Mitski. I am very excited for this. I love Mitski. I have not heard any of the singles or anything from this album, and I have been looking forward to this. As always, this whole video will be up uncut and unedited on my Patreon, social media linked below. First track is In a Lake.
I'd never live in a small town. I've made too many mistakes. For where you gotta write your book early, or it gets written up in your place. Where you never get away from your first love. It's like one brand of soap sold in town.
Nice and quaint.
But in a lake you can backstroke forever. The sky before you, the dark right behind. In a big city you can start over.
The accordion is so nice.
So I'd never live in a small town. I'm slow to learn all the rules. I've tried very hard to be good, but when they think you're bad, people act worse. And in a big city you can start over.
Here we go.
The lights all around you, the dark safe inside. In a big city you can start over.
Yeah. Like how that one ended off with a bang. I am expecting the writing on this to get to me because it is Mitski, and that's kind of par for the course with her. But yeah, this is very real. I do live in a small town, unfortunately, and I do love the way that the song really like opens up at the end when she's talking about a big city, because, you know, this is so much about like feeling stifled in a small town, and then it feels like there's like such a release at the end and it all feels so free, which I think really works with the theme of the song. I kind of wish the noisier part was a little bit longer. It felt maybe a little bit abrupt, but it is only the first track, so I won't get too greedy yet. And yeah, I like the folkier sound of it. It, you know, kind of feels like a continuation of her last album. And yeah, I thought it was really charming. I'd never live in a small town. I've made too many mistakes is a great opening lyric, like not being able to fly under the radar because everyone knows everything about everyone, and if you do anything that stands out at all, everyone is going to notice. I do love this chorus as well, like the idea of a big city is like an infinite lake that you can swim in forever. I've tried very hard to be good, but when they think you're bad, people act worse. In a Lake is a reflection on regrets, consequences, and feeling trapped by the person you used to be. Mitski uses the metaphor of a small town where reputations and judgments are strict, and to illustrate how she doesn't believe she'd do well under scrutiny, having made too many mistakes to live among people who've known her all her life. Very pretty opener. Let's continue with Where's My Phone? Continuing with the noise.
A woman always on the street called me a ditch on my block, she said. I just want my mind to be a clear glass with nothing instead. Oh, where did I leave?
Love the fuzzy guitar. Sensor. I feel like this is such like an upbeat, cheerful melody for this instrumental. I like the contrast. Feel so anxious with the tension. Okay. Okay. Another great build-up in that one. I love the chaos in the outro. I feel like that chorus is going to get stuck in my head for sure. I like that one a lot. That one kind of reminds me of something that would have maybe been on like Bury Me at Milkout Creek or something, which I love. Yeah, I think there's something about it that feels super on edge. You know, she's kind of like clinging on to sanity or something, and it made me feel kind of uneasy, and I like that about it. I just want my mind to be a clear glass with nothing in my head. Like, you can really feel the desperation for some kind of distraction or something, like being dependent on something like a phone to kind of drown out the world around you. And I think it's like, I don't know, it's a fun song because it's very relatable and very real, but also like kind of funny, but also kind of depressing. It's a mixture of emotions, and I really like that about it. I am kind of curious about this censor. Like, I'm not sure what this is about. Song tackles dissociation from the pressuring society and mental health struggles that worsen with each day. The singer is desperately trying to clear out the noises as they intensify as the song progresses, eventually succumbing to the sound at the end. Let's keep going with Cats.
I won't leave you, 'cause I still love you. So it's up to you if you choose to go. In the meantime, sleeping by my side, our two cats, making sure I'll be alright. So I've been trying to stop trying to be like
This is very pretty.
someone you'd still like. Maybe if I could. You're
Sounds so peaceful compared to the previous song.
I still love you, so I won't leave you. Guess it's up to you if you choose to go. Maybe tomorrow night
So wistful.
cats will be
I just want to stare off in the distance and think about sad thoughts.
but I'll be glad to know they're out following their heart's delight.
I feel sad and comforted at the same time by that one. I won't leave you because I still love you. So it's up to you if you choose to go. Something about this just makes me want to cry. Like the thought of having the two cats as comfort to help with the loneliness. So I've been trying to stop trying to be like someone you'd still like. Maybe if I could, you already would. I can't wait to sob to this song later with my two cats. It's very soft, pretty song. Kind of felt like I was being rocked to sleep by like the saddest lullaby ever or something. There's something interesting about mentioning that the cats are rescues, because it kind of implies that they've been like mistreated or neglected in the past, which I think just like adds a whole new layer of sadness to it, and I'm assuming kind of relates to her situation in the song as well. All right, next track, If I Leave.
If I leave, somebody else will love you, but nobody else could forgive me quite as often as you. No one on this
Sounds very 90s right off the bat. It feels so tense. I like how ominous this one feels. Again, kind of feels like we're on the edge of sanity with this one as well. All right. I love that bridge. Especially. I like the whole thing, but I especially love the bridge. And I like how kind of simple that one was instrumentally. Like there wasn't a ton going on, but it was very effective. And this is maybe kind of a weird comparison, but it did slightly remind me of Rid of Me by PJ Harvey a little bit. I like the kind of like contrast between the quieter and louder parts. I think that's kind of what's giving me that. I do wish it was a little bit longer. It felt a little bit abrupt. But yeah, I like how sort of unstable it was. It kind of feels like the emotions are kind of starting to like bubble over or something, if that makes sense. Kind of feels like a continuation of the previous song lyrically, about like this breakup that's happening, being so dependent on this person, feeling like they're the only one that's ever going to want you. If I leave, somebody else will find you, but nobody else could see me quite as clearly as you. Only you know. I've let only you know. It's like when you're such a guarded person and you don't easily open up to others, it makes it even more difficult when a relationship ends because it like took so much out of you to trust that person. And I can definitely relate to that. Leave It to a Mitski album to kind of rip my heart out. I'm not really in like a crying mood today. Which is probably good for the video, but I can't wait to sob to these songs later. Anyways, next track is Dead Women. Sounds cheerful.
Would you have liked me better if I'd died, so you could tell my story the way it ought to be? You'd
Oh God.
find my parents and to see my things, rifle through it all, fill the blanks with what you need. But since I'm alive, you'll have to break in as I sleep. When you find my love beside me, choke him dead for having me. While I dream of flying, stab me 27 times.
Sounds so haunting.
Saying she gave her life so we could have her in our dreams. She gave her life so we could fuck her as we please.
Jesus. Like it sounds so beautiful, but it's obviously very dark. God, I really loved that one. Like obviously the song comes from such a place of frustration, but it's like delivered in such a lovely way. I mean, obviously, I think the song has a lot to do with being a woman, aka look at the title. But it also seems to be about like fame maybe, and like not really being seen as a real person in that way as well. While I dream of flying, stab me 27 times, ransack the house for what you'll auction, what you'll keep. This one is so depressing. Like feeling like you'd be more well liked if you were dead, or like not in control of your image. And it's also interesting how like she sings about drowning herself in a lake, whereas in the opener the lake is like a symbol of like freedom and like liberation. And I think that contrast is really interesting. Kind of a fucked up song, but I am into it, and I really like the eerie atmosphere that it has in like most of the songs so far, but especially in this one. Discusses the agency and autonomy of women, or rather their lack thereof, due to people's constant need to warp their stories into a more appealing narrative that rarely reflects the full truth of who they were as people. Alright, next is Instead of Here.
Right as I dip a toe in the abyss, a knock on the door, saying, "Are you in there, miss?" I stay quiet as can be. I'm not here. I'm where nobody can reach.
So much of this album seems to be all about loneliness.
After this, and to think I did believe it, I'd gone where nobody can reach. Death said I'd called, not knowing that I did. She said she wished I'd known that I'm still just a kid.
This one is very pretty.
Instead of love, he said, lie down in the dirt. I looked up at the night sky, wondering, is this what it's worth? The stars never answered back. I got up when it was done and went where nobody can reach.
This just feels like a very like timelessly beautiful song. Sounds like something that's been around forever. I think like a big part of why I love her music so much is because I just love the way that she expresses emotion. Like it really speaks to me, and therefore I find it very touching. Obviously this one sounds pretty low-key, it's very soothing. The lyrics are enough of a punch in the gut that I think that it works. She's, you know, isolating herself, kind of detaching herself from the world. It continuing the theme of death from earlier. Death said I'd called, not knowing that I did. She said she wished I'd known that I'm still just a kid. Again, like a very dark undertone to this one as well, obviously. Very heartbreaking song. A little bit more understated sonically, but I very much connect with the words. Next track is I'll Change For You.
How do I let our love die when you're the only other keeper of my most precious memories?
Sounds a little different.
'Cause I'd do anything for you to love me again. If you
Like that soft little groove.
like me now, I will change for you.
I like the ambiance.
You can be without the people, without having anyone at all.
Sounds so smooth.
Now they say they're closing, so I'm lost.
very beautiful. I feel like her vocals just sound so sweet over that instrumental. Sonically, it warmed my heart. Lyrically, it broke my heart. Which is a cool combination. Yeah, we're back to this breakup, just drunk calling her ex at a bar, because I'll do anything for you to love me again. If you don't like me now, I will change for you. They say they're closing, so I'm loitering outside, watching all the cars passing by, like a kid waiting for my ride. Like comparing holding on to this past relationship to standing outside of a bar after it closes is so good. Felt like I was just like sitting in a bar reminiscing while like a really incredible musician was playing or something. And that one was great. That one's probably my favorite so far. Next track is Rules.
1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5. Number 1, I'll come over. I'll be dressed like your best idea.
Okay.
Number 2, you'll be gentle. And
Interesting.
number 3, you will ruin me. I'll have a new haircut. I will be somebody else. And when I leave my body, please pretend that you don't see how I'm no longer there behind my eyes.
Fun. Very theatrical.
1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11.
Okay. Interesting. I like the kind of like grand feeling that that one has with the instrumental. I feel like it has like a really unique vibe on the album compared to everything else, which is cool. It definitely feels very upbeat, even if the lyrics are still quite depressing, you know, being, I'm assuming, like stuck in this cycle of relationships that all go wrong in the same way. It's not one of my favorites on the album, I will say. I don't know if the chorus really works for me with like the counting. Maybe it'll grow on me, but it just feels a little bit, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, like just feels a little unfinished. Feels like it maybe could have been taken further. I don't know. I don't have a ton to say about that one. Let's just get into the next track. That White Cat.
I see him through my window, the white neighborhood cat marking my house.
Cat so aggressively.
It's supposed to be my house, but I guess according to cats, now it's his
That's fun.
house. Mama, how about when I die?
This one also feels quite 90s.
Do you hold on to? Hey!
Back to that kind of rawer sound.
Gotta go to work to pay for that cat's house, for the red corseted wasp who lives in the
Again, it kind of reminds me of something that would have been on like Bury Me at Mayfield Creek or Puberty too.
for the bugs who drink my blood. What do you hold on to? Hey!
Yeah, the drums. Yeah, that one was cool. Has kind of like a more understated, quieter kind of intensity that I think is cool. Not really fully sure how to take these lyrics. I feel like since so much of the album is about a breakup, it kind of reminds me of like someone taking over your life and maybe kind of feeling used by them and like feeling like you have to do everything you can for this person. Kind of, I feel like I kind of take it as like a people pleaser anthem, perhaps. Gotta go to work to pay for that cat's house, for the red corseted wasp who lives on the roof. I like the more aggressive sound though. I like the way that she like kind of shouts some of the lyrics. I think it was cool. I like the energy of that one. Moving on to Charon's Obol.
At midnight, the dogs gathered around the house, around her house. Her heart was like a drawer. She only opened when she went. Those were the dogs owned by the girl.
That sounds so soothing.
In that house,
Love those background vocals.
meeting every night, keeping vigil.
Sounds so like ethereal.
Where their people went away.
Okay. This is nice. Very soft.
On her first night, wandered
Again, I feel like I'm kind of like being
the door
gently rocked back and forth.
of her new house. Maybe with enough time tending to that ground, she can heal the heart of her house, feeding all the hounds at its mouth.
Okay. That was very pretty. I'm gonna have to take a second to reread these lyrics though. So she's feeding the dogs. I feel like hearing Mitski sing about dogs now kind of startles me. Well, we're obviously back to the topic of death on this one. Seems like she's kind of like connecting to the memory of these past women who died before her while she takes care of their dogs. On her first night wandering through the dark of her new house, solemn as a bride, that's when she first saw them. Out the kitchen window, right at 12 o'clock. A dozen silent dogs of all different type. I feel like I might need another listen to that one to like kind of figure out how I feel about it. But I loved how peaceful it felt. Unravels a mystifying story of a woman who pays tribute to the dead via feeding the hounds of dead women. After buying a house, the main character's been given a role of a caretaker for the dogs in the house. Refers to the Greek deity of Charon, who is said to ferry souls across the river Styx to the underworld. Obols are an ancient coin thought to have been offered by the families of the bereaved as payment or tribute to Charon for ferrying their loved ones home to the underworld. I like how it's, it's about going across the river, and it very much felt like I was like being swayed back and forth in a boat or something. We have reached the final track, Lightning.
Lightning hit so close,
We've gotten heat lightning.
sounded like
Now it's time for regular lightning.
a tin can. All hail the rain. All hail the rain. Here we are, we've been waiting to be born again.
loud.
The
Would have liked that noise to go on a little bit longer, but maybe I'm just being greedy.
can hear the song of my death, singing for the lightning to come, calling to the thunder. Oh Lord.
Great closer. I like that kind of burst of noise to finish the album off. Yeah, very fitting thematically, wanting to be reborn. When I die, could I come back as the rain, see the world again, to fall again? And then at the end, kind of calling out to the lightning to come find her and accepting death. Singer wishes for an afterlife of new perspective that comes from a new life as death's finally ready to claim the singer's soul. I survived a Mitski album with no tears, which is kind of surprising, but I'm sure they'll come out later. And yeah, I do like how this album kind of blends her like softer, kind of prettier sound with the more like raw, kind of loud, noisy stuff. And as always, her lyrics never fail to hurt my feelings, which I really love. If I am going to pick some favorite tracks, I would say If I Leave was great. Dead Women was great. And I'll Change for You was probably my favorite on the album. Feel free to let me know what you think of the album, what your favorite tracks are. I would love to hear your thoughts. As always, if there's anything else you would like to see me check out, recommendations are always very, very helpful. And yeah, this whole video is up uncut, unedited on my Patreon if you're interested. I will see you next time for whatever we do next, hopefully. And yeah, have a great rest of your day. Goodbye.